Guys, Victoria here and welcome to the Geeky Sandbox. So today we're going to do a quick video over some recent things that have happened. So just think of this as another edition of Geek Squeaks. The thing that I haven't quite found a cute name for, but I think Geek Squeaks is cute enough. The cancellation of Daredevil, which a lot of us are not surprised about. It is like disheartening just because Daredevil was what started it all, you know what I mean? Daredevil paved the way for Jessica Cage, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist, and the Defenders, and Punisher. Like, it paved the way for all of those shows, and everyone loves Charlie Cox. Charlie Cox is amazing. Specifically, my friend Luce, she did. I mean, so did I, but God, the girl loves Charlie Cox, and with reason. Charlie Cox was very... he reinvented the Daredevil role, and no offense to Ben Affleck in that movie, but he really did reinvent the character, and he was very intelligent, charismatic. He was brave. Like, he just brought so many things to Daredevil that you didn't know you wanted until you watched the show. And fortunately, I was able to watch all 3 seasons, and the angle they decided to take with season 3, which I don't want to give any spoilers in case someone plans on watching it just because it has been canceled. It was definitely one of those like Frank Miller angles where people really wanted that to play out. Excuse me, they wanted the Frank Miller that comic book story to play out, and it did. So I feel like just them deciding to go with that for the 3rd season kind of lent itself to being canceled. Like, I kind of figured it would, especially considering they got rid of Luke Cage and they got rid of Iron Fist. And I'm not a huge fan of Iron Fist, which I keep saying, though I do enjoy the actor. I didn't mind seeing that one go, but it does suck that Luke Cage didn't really get to finish his story. And like I mentioned before in the previous video, my mom was a huge fan of Luke Cage, and like, obviously she loves Daredevil too, but in regard to Luke Cage, it was a different narrative that we got to see play out. And that's the same thing for Jessica Jones. And we're trying to figure out exactly like what's going to happen with that, because I remember talking to my friend about how Daredevil got canceled, and he was just like, it must be a very grim day on the Jessica Jones set. You know, and it's kind of like, you know, of course she's going to be happy to be working. Kristen's going to be happy to be working and happy to finish this chapter of Jessica's story, but it's, you know, kind of crazy to like walk on eggshells knowing that your show may get canceled, is what my friend was saying. And he's also kind of wondering why they're holding out on it, but you know, they are in the middle of filming that last season, so this does give them an opportunity to kind of turn and twist the narrative to kind of like give us a clean ending, whereas Luke Cage and Iron Fist didn't have those things. And if I'm right, I think the Punisher is also currently filming another season. So, and who's to say that the Punisher will get canceled? He's so disconnected in so many ways that he might be able to stay, but with Disney streaming service that's going to be happening anytime soon, they kind of want all their people back. They want all their characters. They want to be able to create those stories on their own. Which brings me to Daredevil. Disney did say something like, you know, we are ready to do more with Hell's Kitchen's Devil, where we want to do more with him. We're excited to see where he goes from here. So it kind of got people thinking, like, is Daredevil going to be picked up and just with the same actor, the same kind of like tone and things like that on Disney streaming service? Is he going to get to join the Avengers? Is he going to team up with Spider-Man? Is he going to get to do things like that? Or are they simply going to wipe the slate clean, start all the way over, and just kind of put him on Disney streaming service and just kind of, like I said, start over? I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens with that, because personally, I would love it if they kept Charlie Cox, and I would love it even if they didn't just put him on the streaming service and they just incorporated him somehow into our Avengers group, because we're going to need to look for new people soon, and we're going to, because we have a lot of people leaving, whether it's contract reasons or whether it's because their character's going to die or go missing or whatever the reason is. We need some new people that we feel comfortable with. Not that we can't bring in any outside people and new characters from scratch or things like that, but it would be nice just to kind of see them kind of like have their worlds collide or something like that. They did try to incorporate the Netflix heroes into some of the movies. They tried to find the best way that they could do that. But unfortunately, it was becoming very convoluted, and there's just so many things you would have to worry about, like how did the snap affect Daredevil specifically and the characters in his show? Did Karen go missing? Did this person go missing? And this person's also on Jessica Jones' show, so did this person get affected by it? And did they lose someone? And things like that. So I do appreciate that they did try and they did think about it, because that would have been interesting to see our mini Avengers, aka our Defenders, come on screen. But I do understand that it was very convoluted, and there's just a lot of moving parts and moving pieces in order to make it not only just look good, but sound appealing to people in regard to advertising and making sense to people who may not watch the Netflix shows and things like that. But with Daredevil, I am going to miss it, because like I said, it was the first superhero Netflix show that I did watch on Netflix. Obviously, it was the first one in regard to Marvel's Netflix shows, and like I said, it paved the way. So I am going to miss it. I do feel like it was very innovative, it was fun, and it got better with time. And of course, and that's interesting to say, and it's because the first season was still very good, and just to say that it only got better from there is amazing. And what was it that Thanos said? Balance, just like all things should be. Well, Thanos, this is very unbalanced right now. You've got Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and Daredevil all over here, and then you have Jessica Jones and Punisher. So is it balanced? But anyways, guys, if you like this video, go ahead and give me a like rating down below and leave me a comment. What do you think is going to happen with the Daredevil character? Do you think they're going to start over completely, wipe the slate clean? Are they going to keep Charlie Cox and bring him on, him and the show on to Disney's streaming service and continue? Or do you think they're going to incorporate Daredevil within the MCU? And in that case, are they going to keep Charlie, or are they going to look for new people? Because as we know, a big example is the whole thing with the X-Men characters. Quicksilver is a huge part of Wanda's identity, especially within the MCU movies, and we're talking about Scarlet Witch. So, now that we have our X-Men characters, as much as people love Evan Peters, I love Evan Peters. As much as we love Evan Peters and his version of Quicksilver, there are people that still prefer Aaron Taylor Johnson's Quicksilver, and granted, he was within the MCU movies. So, are you going to pull him out? Are you going to bring him in? Or are you going to get rid of both of them? So, that's just something a lot of people within the MCU, the people behind the scenes pulling the strings, are going to have to work with in regard to bringing on these Netflix characters if they decide to do that, and bringing on these X-Men Fox characters if they decide to do that. Oh, and if you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can get more Geek Squeaks and comic book and movie news like this one. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!